Okay, so here's what your final product or close to your final product looks like. I'm sure you've already seen this, but I'll walk you through this anyways. Here's the first page. This is what you're going to see when, this link is sent out or this banner ad is sent out to customers within the Orange County area. So we'll look at search engine optimizations and figure out, who's in the market, and then we can send this out. And, you've got an email list too, so you can send this out to your email list and say, hey guys, you were talking about that free Cabo trip. You can say, hey, anybody that refers me a viable lead would be dropped in, their name will be dropped in the hat or into something where they have an opportunity to win a free Cabo trip or whatever trip that you were talking about. But essentially this is what it is right here. So like I said, you've already seen this, but I'm not sure if you clicked through to check out the whole thing. And obviously it's going to look a little different on your phone, but I already verified it on the phone. You might not see all of this out here, all this cool stuff, but you'll get the meat of it in down the center. And mostly everybody's online anyways, or I'm sorry, not online, but on their phone looking at articles and things of this nature on their phone, so they might be looking at it there instead. But either way, it looks just as good, and it's got the good quality. So as you can see, obviously, the one important thing is your branding. We've already got your branding up there, and then we've already, I kind of looked around the internet and looked for catchy phrases as far as things that sell. And I put these in there, but once again, feel free to let me know if you prefer different wording. I've fixed some of the links. I've changed some of the information, like the tamorahweiss.com there. I believe earlier I had www.tamorahweissrealty.com, so I fixed that, and after looking at your business card and looking on your website and looking at a few other things, obviously, we want them to know who you are and all that good stuff. So once they get to this page, they'll scroll down, and then here, what I'm looking for from you is a 30 to 60 second video, talking about you as a realtor and introducing yourself and your business. It's that elevator pitch, that they usually talk about. I think with your training that you went recently, that you did recently, they talked about elevator pitches. So that's something to consider. I don't know exactly what wording you would want in there, and I have some recommendations, but I think you might be more comfortable with what you've learned from your Tom Ferry training that you went through. But it'll be one of two things. Either they'll click on it and it'll play. Obviously, it shows this video is unavailable, but as soon as your video is playing, it'll show the 30-second clip or 60-second clip that you've got in there. So that'll happen, and then we can go from there. And after that, then what you'll see is you'll simply see. Hold on, something's happening right here. You'll simply see the video run through, and then it'll just go. And then, if they kind of want to look at testimonials, I put this section in here, which I think you saw, what the clients are saying. And once again, I used the colors of your that you have up here with your, I will call this your crest or your branding. And I've used that throughout the website because I think it looks really good. It's a beautiful color. And then I put the nice white with shadowy background. And these are actually testimonials that I took from Zillow.com that you gave me. So all I did was a simple copy and paste. And then obviously these individuals, I'm not putting their last names in there. So Amanda F. this is what she said, and I'm sure you remember all this good stuff. So I just put about 3 of them in here. And then at the bottom, I made this a hot link so they can click on it. And it'll bring them to this, if they start searching around and start clicking that things away. This isn't necessarily a part of what I built for you, but, it still looks into your branding. And if you noticed, I did the same colors on that as you see here. So we see some of this blue there. We see some of this, baby blue or turquoise that you love and looks great. And then, of course, your branding, obviously. So, they can come in here and fill this out if they wanted to, but that's not necessarily where we want to take them. But if they get this far and they said, what, I don't want to go through all that other stuff, which I don't see why they wouldn't, hey, there's a one last opportunity here to catch them. And obviously here's your accreditations that I put in there and all that good stuff. And so let's say they make it here and they're like, hey, we sell Orange County homes fast. And then they see click the button below to get your free professional home staging guide. And at the end of the day, it is a professional home staging guide because it's something that was created by Tamorahweiss, who's a realtor, and you're a professional, so everybody likes to see the word professional in there, and free and fast and all that, so I added that in there. So when they click on this, they go in here, and of course right here on the sample you'll see an email that's in there right now, but when they click in here, all they'll see is an empty spot for them to put an email. Once again, we're using your branding here and the colors that you like, and then just giving them a progress bar, just letting them know that, hey, there's no gimmicks, there's not a bunch of other stuff that you need to do. It's just a matter of give us your email, and we'll send you the guide. And one thing that's good for you is, you like to collect emails. It's always good to collect emails, because then what you can do is, once you've got their email, and maybe they didn't go much further than the free guide, you can hit them up in a month or 2 months. It's kind of like, the electronic version of a cold call, and be like, hey, are you guys still looking at homes, buying, selling, are you interested? And you can still kind of hit them up, without knocking on doors, even though I know you do enjoy that, but this is another avenue to kind of do the same thing without physically knocking on the doors. So let's just say they put their email in, and then they said, yes, send me my free guide. They click on that, and it sends to this right here, which basically says, hey, excellent, your free guide is on the way. And then here, it's like a one-time offer. You try to kind of like hook them again. You try to tell them, hey, check your email, here's your guide, but are you ready to look at a home? And if you're ready and you've identified a home and you want to contact me to set up a private tour, or you want more information, here's the link again. Just contact us for more information or a private tour. And it's, your branding is here as far as tamorahweiss.com, so they know it's still legitimate. And, if they want to share this with their friends, they can click on the Facebook share, on the Twitter, or even Google, and that's more free advertising for you. So that's why I left those in there. So once they click on this right here, they simply go to this right here, and then they submit a form. Once again, this will all be empty. And the only fields that I made mandatory, Tamara, would be the name, the email, and the phone number, because they might not necessarily know the right address. And if we made this mandatory and the address, they just don't know off the top of their head what it exactly is, and we press this, then this will light up saying, hey, you don't have the right information. We can't proceed with your request. But as long as they give you their name, their email, and their phone number again, then, they'll be like, hey, yeah, for sure, contact me now. And there's been testing done where people say, well, you're asking for the email a second time, but you got to remember, now you're asking for the email because you're going to contact them. So they might want an email follow-up, they might want a phone call follow-up, or whatever, And so they get through here, and then here's a placeholder for the second video. And in the second video, this shouldn't be any more than 30 seconds as far as you putting something in there. And this particular 30-second video is nothing like the one that you did on the first one, which is introducing yourself and your business. This is pretty much a thank you, for putting your trust in me type of video. And just make it a quick little 30-second video max, and it could be as short as 15 seconds. But at the end of the day, it's just, saying, hey, thank you for having your trust in me, and I'll be happy to show you properties around Orange County, or I'm at your service, type of stuff. And I'm not sure if it's going to autoplay or if we need to click on this, and I'll figure that out once I get the video from you. But it'll be streaming right here. As you can see, it's already ready to stream a video, and it's obviously telling me there's no videos available. And then if you scroll down, you'll see that there's more testimonials, and these are different testimonials from other customers that have gotten, that you've had. And I took them straight from Zillow.com, and that's where they're sitting. So if they want to scroll up and down, they can see all that, and then of course they can just go from there. And here's the fancy little kind of icon, so they know, hey, this is a name. But when the name isn't in there, it'll tell them, first name. When the email isn't in there, it'll tell them email address. When the phone number isn't in there, it'll tell them phone number. And obviously, you see property address, interested in seeing, you can put it there. But this is an optional field. All these three are mandatory, because if you do call them back, you want to know, hey, Mario, hey, Jeff, hey, whatever your name is, thanks for contacting me, or thanks for reaching, or saying that you want me to contact you. I've looked at your property address and this is what I know. Or, the property address wasn't in there, but can you tell me more about the property address? What are you interested in? And, that'll give you, obviously, you're a saleswoman, so you know what to do from there as far as, if they do give you an address, you'll collect all the information that you need to collect and say, hey, here's the asking price, and here's here's what I can do for you, and here's what else, and it'll give you an idea of what their price range is. And if the property that they're interested in doesn't really tickle their fancy, then obviously you would go a step beyond and collect 3, 4, 5, 10 more addresses that are similar to that, and be like, hey, the one that you're interested in is a good one, but if there's some that you'd like that are comparable in different neighborhoods or in different areas, here's a list, and I can show you these, or I can send them to you and let me know what you think. So once they put all the information in here, then they'll hit this little please contact me now. But see, here you go. So here's the mandatory. You see how the red, and then the green? So if they don't put in their first name, email address, or phone number, then it won't go through. And property address doesn't matter. So let's just say they put in a first name. So I'm just going to make the name up. And then email address, they'll put one in. And then phone number, 949-123-1234. And they put in the phone number. And then yeah, please contact me now. And then obviously, as you notice, it'll be submitting it. It's, my computer's just running a little bit slow, but it's usually a lot faster than this. And then it'll go to this page here, and it says, thanks, we received your contact request and will be in touch shortly. And then this right here kind of says, house is going soon, no problem, give me a call. But then this right here, we can word it something different, because I don't really like how that's worded right now, but we can say something like, something that'll create a sense of urgency, like, oh my God, the house is about to sell. So even if they don't want to wait for you to call them, then they can go ahead and call you. They'll be like, you know what, I submitted all this information, and now I'm seeing that, she's actually offering her phone number. So they might be, sitting in front of the computer or on their portable, which would be their cell phone, and they'd be like, well, hell, there's the number. I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to call them directly, because they just want to contact you now. So that's essentially how this is going to work, and that's what this is going to look like. So this is your setup, and then obviously here's the picture, the beautiful background, and this is the style of home you're selling in Orange County. You're selling the nice kind of home that talks to paradise, talks to beach, talks to the Orange County lifestyle. So that's what that picture is all about. Once again, the colors are the colors that you like, the turquoise, so that's all there. And at the end of the day, I think this will help get you some leads that you weren't probably getting before, and it'll take you from doing $1 million a year in sales to doing $10 million a year, and even beyond, because I know you can do it, and I know you're going to kick butt. So here it is. Give me some feedback. Let me know if there's anything that you want me to change. But this for sure, I definitely think we need to change, and then you tell me what you think would be good here. But I think it's a good idea to include that in there, because if they're like, hey, rather than wait, a day or whatever, because I'm sure you're busy, and they might even reach out to you right then and there, and then you'll have them on voicemail, and they'll be like, hey, this is a super, super hot person that's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and contact him back now, because you'll go from a extremely hot lead to a hot lead, to a semi-hot lead. And obviously, it runs the gamut from a cold call, which is no lead at all, to somebody that's already searching you. Then, you know what, they're obviously hot. They're obviously considering. And if they're calling you, then they're super hot. And, that's kind of how I'd imagine you'd want to prioritize them, but that's all up to you. So I just want to send you this video. I'll put it up on my YouTube, and then I'll send you the link, and then you can check it out and let me know what you think, and then we'll go from there. And, to close this off, like I said, I just need 2 videos from you. They don't need to be special or super high quality. They just need to be like natural videos of you, maybe even standing, or sitting by your poolside and just kind of showing that lifestyle, that they can have themselves, and that'll freaking sell. Just make sure that the sound is something that they can hear, and, we'll go from there. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be setting up a call with you shortly, and then we'll go over this, and we'll go from there. All right, have a great day. Bye.